guys, it's me. I miss you guys. Happy Monday. I thought I'd do a couple of videos on graphs because that's what we're doing now. And I'll post a different one a few different days this week. Okay, so in your math book, if you look on page 797, there is this sheet right here that's got your word cards, which I put up here as well. One of them says a bar graph, and a bar graph is just simply a graph that uses bars in it. Easy. Okay, also data or data, you can say it either way, and that is just the information that is in the graph, or the information that you need to put into the graph. A pictograph is a graph that uses pictures. So in this one you can see it's got little human people. It could be any picture. It could be a smiley face. It could be a picture of a house. It could be a picture of dogs or cats. Anything, any graphs that use a picture like that are going to be a pictograph. And then it also has in here a symbol. And a symbol is the picture that you use. So instead of saying a picture, you would just say each person is represented by one symbol. And this is the symbol. Okay? All right. So, if we looked at this graph, which was a lot like the graph that's in our book for the first lesson, we'll see that what they want us to do is to move this information that's in this chart over to a bar graph. Okay? And that looks a lot like what you would do on page 800. Okay, so they've got this chart here, and they want you to move this information into the graph. So I've made one similar to that, just so we can kind of go through it step by step. If you notice in this chart, it says that the title is favorite color. I should have mentioned that. The title of the graph should always be on it, and sometimes they might ask you to give the graph a title. So this one is all about what the favorite colors of the students are. So red is 7, so when we come over here to the bar graph and we see red, we're going to color it into 7. So there's two ways you can do it. You can either count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or you could come down here where it tells you the numbers and go to 7, come up and color it. If you do it that way, that's fine. You just want to make sure that you don't go to the wrong line. So you can see here blue is 3, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Purple had 4, and you also want to make sure that you're on the right line, because if these were not in the right order, as the same order as the graph, you would want to make sure you do it correctly. So you always want to double check which row or column you're putting it in. Each of these is called a row because it's going horizontal. Pink has 2, and then poor green only had 1. That's okay. So when you look at this graph, there are a lot of different things that it tells us, okay? First of all, what is the most popular color in the class? It is red. Red had 7 votes, and that's the most number. And which color had the least number of votes, or which one is the least favorite in the class? That would be green, because it only had 1 friend that chose it, okay? You could also say, how many more blue ones are there than pink? Well, we know there's 1, 2, 3 blue. We know there's 2 pink, and we want to know how many more, so we just subtract them. So there's 1 more blue than there is pink. And that might be getting a little bit ahead on this lesson, but it's good information to know.